Today, I'm on the hunt to find the best kids meal in Disney Springs. We'll be trying 10 different kids meals throughout Springs, and I'll let you know which may be worth checking out. Anyone can order kids meals at quick service restaurants around Disney World, and as an adult, ordering kids meals is honestly the best way to do Disney on a budget and save some extra room in your stomach for more snacks. These kids meals are typically plenty of food for an adult, so whether you have kids and want to see what options are around Disney Springs, or if you're just interested in saving some cash, this video is for you. Here in Disney Springs, there are 8 quick service restaurants that serve kids meals. We'll be hitting almost all of them, starting with Earl of Sandwich. Now, Earl of Sandwich is a very popular quick service restaurant here in Disney Springs. I don't personally get the appeal, but I know it's a lot of people's go-to spot when they are dining here in Springs and looking for a quick meal. They're pretty much serving up sandwiches, different types of hot as well as cold sandwiches. I like to consider it like the Panera Bread of Disney Springs. And before we get into the kids meals that they offer here at Earl of Sandwich, it is important to note that pretty much every single quick service restaurant that we're going to be visiting today, I think, except for one, is operated by a third-party company and not by Disney. Previously, when we've covered the quick service restaurants in the Disney parks, everything is standard to where you see each kids meal served with 2 sides and a drink. Here, it may vary, so of course I'm going to let you guys know what each kids meal comes with, everything that's included in it, and of course whether it's a good value or not. So here at Earl of Sandwich, they actually have 3 kids meals to choose from. They have a pizza bread, they have a grilled cheese, and they also have a turkey and Swiss sandwich. All 3 of these kids meals are going to run you $6.49, and to my surprise, they don't come with anything. No side, no drink, just the sandwich. So that is definitely a bummer. I was looking at the price and I was like, $6.49, that is a pretty good deal, but I was expecting them to come with like chips and a drink, or just chips, or just a drink, something. But I'm waiting for my order. I decided to pick up 2, and we'll see how big these sandwiches are. I don't know. If they're a good size, it could end up being a good value still. All right, I have picked up both of my sandwiches here, and it looks like we do have 1 full sandwich in the bag. This is a full-size sandwich here, and I think this is probably going to be the pizza bread one that I ordered. And then we have a half of a sandwich here, and I'm assuming this one's going to be the turkey sandwich that I ordered. So here we have the pizza bread for $6.49. It has pizza sauce, Italian seasoning, and mozzarella. I'm not sure if they forgot the Italian seasoning or what, because I don't think I see any Italian seasoning on this pizza bread here, but yeah, it's essentially just their typical sandwich bread cut in half with some marinara sauce and some mozzarella cheese on top here. And they're famous for their bread. I have never been like the biggest fan of their bread, but I know, again, a lot of people really like their bread. There doesn't seem to be a lot of sauce or a lot of cheese on it. It's just a lot of bread. This is like a bread sandwich, but we'll try it out. If I had to compare this to anything, it would be Chuck E. Cheese pizza. I don't know, there's something about the cheese and the sauce that just reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Yeah, it is super bready. There's not nearly enough tomato sauce or cheese for me, or probably any adult that may be considering getting this kids meal, but will a kid love it? Probably. I mean, it's definitely more enjoyable than I thought, at least. Like, it's definitely not bad. For $6.49, if this came with maybe a little chocolate chip cookie or a bag of chips or a drink, I'd say it might be okay. But since this is just like this slice of bread with tomato sauce and just a little bit of cheese, it's a little bit hard to justify. So now let's move on to this turkey and Swiss sandwich. This has turkey, Swiss, and mayo for $6.49, and again is just served with this sandwich. So I had originally thought that this was just a piece of their typical bread cut in half, but I was wrong. It's actually a circular piece of their bread here. And it's kind of funny, the sandwich is so beige. I almost, when I opened it in half, I couldn't even tell where the bread ended and where the turkey started, because it is all the same color. If you look at it up close, as I'm showing you, you can tell. But when you take it apart and you look at it from a distance, you really cannot tell where the turkey begins and where the bread kind of ends there, because it is all the same color. I know this is obviously for a kid, but I wish they gave you an option to add like maybe some some lettuce and some tomato. I don't know. They didn't really give you an option for anything here, because you just get the sandwich as is. There is not a bad amount of turkey on here or anything. It's kind of all clumped in the center, and there's not really much on the sides. It's served hot. Cheese is a little melty in there. We'll see how it is. Guys, I am sorry. I just do not get the appeal of these sandwiches. No matter how you serve them to me, I do not think they're good. I ate all of the turkey in my half of this sandwich in 2 bites. There's no turkey left in here. I don't think the bread is good. I don't think the lunch meat is good. I just do not like these sandwiches here. And I also don't think this is a good value at all. There's not enough lunch meat. This sandwich is super tiny for $6.49. And I looked up the price of a regular sandwich on this menu. You could get the holiday turkey sandwich, which if I was coming here, if someone else wanted to come here and I was coming here with them, that's probably what I would get, the holiday turkey sandwich. It's $9.49, so $3 more than this kids meal here, and it's so much larger. You get so much more food. So if you're an adult that's wanting to order a kids meal, I mean, this just makes absolutely no sense to order. I mean, a kid, obviously, it's just turkey and cheese. It's very, very basic. I don't think it's a good turkey and cheese sandwich by any means. If you're looking for a good turkey sandwich here in Disney Springs, I personally love the turkey and brie croissant over at Amorette's Patisserie. If I'm looking for a sandwich here in Disney Springs, that is where I'm going. I don't get the appeal of Earl of Sandwich. I'm sorry. I know there are a lot of Earl of Sandwich fans out there that are probably very mad in my comments as we speak. But yeah, these kids' meals aren't doing it for me. And if I had to pick one here, I would even think the pizza bread might be better than this turkey sandwich. Right next to Earl of Sandwich is our second stop on our kids' meal journey here in Disney Springs, Eat. Eat is a modern Indian restaurant, and I actually haven't been here in quite a while, so I'm excited to try out these kids' meals. So I was under the impression that there were only 4 kids' meals on the menu in a non-grilled cheese, a non-pizza, chicken tenders, as well as sliders. However, when I walked in, I saw a menu in front of the register with a bunch of other kids' meals on the menu, and I was surprised because a lot of these other kids' meals that were not listed online or on the menu outside sound even better than the kids' meals listed online and outside. So in addition to the pizza, the tenders, the sliders, and the grilled cheese, they also have house-made mac and cheese au gratin, which they also bake in the oven fresh. They have shrimp skewers, they have a seasonal vegetable skewer, and they also have a build-your-own PB&J served on naan. All 8 of these kids' meals cost $9.95. They're served with a side and a drink, and for your side, you could choose from fries, rice, or fruit, and for your drink, you could choose from apple juice or a soft drink. I don't know about you, but literally every single one of these kids' meals sounds delicious. I had a very hard time choosing which one to order, but ultimately the cast member at the register said her favorite was the shrimp skewer, so that's what I decided to go with. The food has come out, and this is looking really delicious and like a really good portion. Like I said, I decided to go with the shrimp skewers. This is served with 2 skewers of grilled shrimp. I got it with a side of rice and a Diet Coke. Again, this cost me $9.95. First, I need a sip of this crispy DC since Earl of Sandwich wouldn't give us a drink. Delicious. Next, I want to talk about the side of rice. This thing came out steaming, and this portion is huge. Now, you could have chosen fries or fruit, but I went with rice because I feel like it goes with a shrimp skewer best, and this container is like stuffed with rice. I could not believe when she put this on my table. I was like, there's no way this is the kids' side of rice, but sure enough, it is. And then to go with all that rice, we have 4 giant shrimp. I don't know if the video is doing justice just how large these shrimp are. All right, let's dig into this rice first. I'm not sure what these darker bits in here are, but it's really, really fluffy, this rice. This rice is definitely not just like plain rice. So if you're ordering this for a child, be warned, this has some type of Indian flair. Like, I can't tell exactly. Are these like caraway seeds? It might be some type of like different seeds, but there's definitely some type of seasoning in here. Not that it's spicy, but this rice is seasoned. It's not spicy at all, but it is seasoned rice. I love it. I think it's really good, but a kid might be a little like turned off by this. But I really cannot wait to dig into these shrimp here. For just being seasoned with salt and pepper, that is fantastic. Now, it's basic, but it's done so well. Cooked perfectly. So plump, so juicy, and these are good quality shrimp. This is an amazing kids meal. Like, this is a contender for like top kids meal of the day right off the bat. And I was not expecting this from this restaurant at all. I came in here expecting to order the non-grilled cheese, and here I am eating an amazing shrimp skewer meal with rice. This is amazing. After eat, we have made our way over to the other side of Disney Springs to hit up Cooks of Dublin, which is the quick service restaurant right next to Raglan Road. They're going to be serving up a bunch of different pub style foods here in a quick service setting, and they are famous for their fish and chips. I have actually been wanting to cover this restaurant on my channel for quite a while because I don't think I have ever tried the fish and chips from Cooks of Dublin, but I've heard some really great things, so I am excited to try them today. And lucky for me, they do have the fish and chips as a kids meal. So for kids meals here, they do have fish and chips, chicken and chips, as well as a cheeseburger and chips option. Well, I placed my order here at Cooks of Dublin, and let me just tell you, it took so long for this food to come out, but that just means that everything was made to order, and this food is piping hot. Everything is super fresh, fried fresh, and everything is looking delicious. I got the fish and chips, and then I also got the chicken kids meal, and you might be noticing, it says chicken and chips, but they do have an option to where you can upgrade the side of chips to a side of onion rings for an additional $1. So that's what I decided to do here, and I want to dig into this chicken first. And usually I shy away from getting chicken tenders and chicken nuggets in these kids meal videos because they're all usually the same typical Disney chicken nugget. But I wanted to get these chicken nuggets because these are different. These are pretty much the fish batter, but just in chicken form. And fried fish, the batter that's on fried fish is always so delicious. So I figure it's got to be really good on chicken too. So I am super excited to try this out. And you can see it's not just like your regular chicken batter. This has totally been breaded, just like fish. And guys, I cannot wait any longer to try this out. It looks incredible. Oh man, did you hear that crunch? The crunch was insane, first of all. The second thing I noticed about this chicken is how juicy it is. This chicken is so juicy, it's insane. And the next thing I noticed is how salty it is, but how salty it is in a good way. There's like some type of salty seasoning on the outside of this batter that is just like so crave-worthy almost. And yeah, this is definitely like a fried fish batter on this chicken, but man, does it work. Oh my gosh. And we still got these onion rings to try, which I believe are coated in that same exact fish batter. Onion ring ASMR. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, same batter. The onion itself on the inside isn't like super soft. This is definitely like an ultra crispy onion ring, but the onion doesn't come out of the batter at all. And that batter is just to die for. I swear you could literally coat anything in that batter and it's going to be just absolutely to die for. That same saltiness, that same extra crispiness. I will say this dish altogether, when getting it with the onion rings, is very one note because you're literally getting chicken coated and breaded in the same batter as you're getting the onion rings, so it's all like the same exact flavor, but that flavor is absolutely incredible. And you got a lot of onion rings here. You've got 3 decently sized chicken nuggets here, so this is a decent size for about $11. You don't get a drink with it. If you got a drink with this would be a great value, but it's still a good value for what you're getting because you're getting a lot of food here. There's no way a kid would be able to eat this whole thing, and this is definitely plenty of food for an adult. So I'd still say this is a decent value, and I will definitely be back for this. Delicious.
Well, Kristen will not talk about the sauce, but whatever it is, I think it's a garlic. She thought it was honey mustard, but I think it's like a garlic parm, and I dipped the chicken in it. I even dipped the onion ring in it. It was really good. Also, I noticed these onion rings are huge, and there was like 7 or 8 of them, and I think she paid $1 extra for that, so that's an awesome upgrade.
But this is the moment I've been waiting for. It is time to try the fish and chips. This meal here cost me $10.49, and again, it was served with that same dipping sauce that the chicken was served with. We'll start simple with the chips here, and these are some pretty thick cut chips. They remind me just of the chips that they serve in the UK pavilion with the fish and chips there. Nice and soft and potatoey on the inside, but a good crisp on the outside. Again, seasoned really well. I feel like Cooks of Dublin has their salt on lock. They've got a lot of salt back there for sure, but it's not like super overdone or anything. And now we've got to break into this fish here. That looks good. I can't wait to try it. I mean, yeah, that's really good fish and chips. You know, the color of it is very light for fish and chips. Usually you get fish and chips and it's way darker than that. So I was worried about it not being crispy enough, but it is definitely crispy. I feel like I could use it being a little more crispy, but it is still definitely crispy. Again, very, very salty, but the flavor is good. That batter is just delicious, and the fish inside is great as well. I do think I prefer the fish and chips over in the UK pavilion in Epcot, which I think a lot of people prefer it here, but I gotta say, I think I might prefer the fish and chips in the UK pavilion. Not to say this one isn't good, because this is still really, really good, and I definitely enjoy it, but I think I might like that one a little bit more. The size of the fish here is also pretty decent. I would say this is probably enough for an adult as well. So again, another good value kids meal here. I would honestly get both of these again. All right, moving on from Cooks of Dublin, we have made it over to D-Luxe Burger for our next stop. This is going to be our only Disney-owned stop of the trip, and they have a couple of different things on the kids menu, pretty basic things. They have a grilled chicken sandwich, a cheeseburger, or chicken nuggets. And I know a lot of people come here and get the kids cheeseburger because when you get a burger here, an adult burger, it doesn't come with fries. So a lot of people actually prefer to come here and get the kids burger. So that's just what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna get the kids burger and show you guys how it is and what it comes with. Since this is a Disney restaurant, you are actually able to place a mobile order to pick up your food. You can place it right on the My Disney Experience app. You can see our chicken sandwich, cheeseburger, or chicken nugget options right here. And if you click on the cheeseburger, you can see you could choose your sides. You could choose fries or carrot sticks. You could also get one of each, or you could get double fries if you'd like. So you get to choose 2 sides, and you also get to choose a drink. So you could get a Dasani water, milk, or a fountain drink, which is what we're gonna do. You could also customize your burger. So you could take off the cheese, you could add lettuce, which is we're definitely gonna do. You could add some tomato, which we'll also do, and it comes with the bun, which you could remove if you wanted. And you could also add some of the sauce, which we're gonna keep off. All right, and this here is all the food you get with the kids cheeseburger meal from D-Luxe Burger. You can see I went with a side of fries, a side of carrots, a Diet Coke, and the burger. All of this here that you see cost me $8.49. And I do have to say, for about $8.49, I do think this is a pretty good value here. The burger, it's a tiny burger. It is a slider. It's a slider. I'll unwrap it in just a second, but this is a huge portion of fries. Like, this is a full side of fries. Like, there are so many fries in here, I don't even know if I could eat this entire thing. And they're not just your regular Disney fries. These are like freshly cut fries. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but these are fresh cut fries, and the fries here at D-Luxe are so good. And I just absolutely love the burgers from here at D-Luxe. They're really fresh smash patties, and there's so much cheese on this. You could kind of see the cheese just coming off the side of this burger here. And this isn't just like a basic burger bun. Like, these are good quality burger buns here as well. Let's dig into this burger. I mean, this burger is just delicious. Like I said, the burgers at D-Luxe, they are really hard to beat. I love a smash patty, and these smash patties are fantastic. They're nice and crisp, but they stay juicy. The quality of all the ingredients is always so great, from the bun to the meat to the toppings, super crispy lettuce. I mean, this is a really good burger. It's on the tinier side, but I do feel like since you get so many fries here, like, this is definitely filling enough for an adult, 100% filling enough for a kid. You could get double fry. I can't imagine what would happen if you got double fries, but I also got carrots with this. You get a drink. I'd say this is definitely something that I would order again. And I would probably, if I'm not going to get like the specialty burger from here at D-Luxe, I would probably say I would get this instead of just like a regular plain burger, because of the fries. And the fries are just as good as the burger, to be honest. So this is definitely one I'd go for again. We have had some really amazing kids meals so far, and I know our next stop is going to be amazing, because this is actually a kids meal that I get all the time. It's coming from Chicken Guy. This is Guy Fieri's chicken tender restaurant, and they have 2 kids meals to choose from. They have a 2 tender kids meal as well as a grilled cheese. When you get one of these kids meals, you could choose a side of fries, fruit, or applesauce, and you also get a fountain drink. And I just absolutely love these tenders here, so that's of course the one we're going to go with. Now, when you do choose the tender meal, you can get your tenders either crispy fried, or you could get them grilled. I am a fried tender girl, so that's what we're going with today. And this is everything you get for $7.49. So we've got our 2 crispy tenders, we've got our fries, we've got our sauce, and we've also got our drink. I mean, like, I literally cannot even begin to tell you how much food this truly is. Like, we've got a cup of Diet Coke here, which you could get refills on. We have not 1, but 2 sauces. If you didn't know, they have a ton of sauces at Chicken Guy, and you're able to choose a sauce to get with your kids' meal here. I think they're only supposed to give you 1, but they were nice and they gave me 2. I chose buffalo sauce. That is my favorite sauce here now, since they got rid of all of the different sauces that they used to have. And there is so much food in here. I actually have to empty these containers just to show you how much. We got 2 chicken tenders. Would you look at how large, look at how big this chicken tender is. I almost dropped them, but please look at how large these chicken tenders are. These are massive, and not only are they like, they are like thick, these are some giant tenders. And look at how many fries. Like, this is an adult meal. You can't tell me otherwise. And it's, what, $7? $7 for all this food.
So I consistently ordered this kids meal every time we would fly in November, I guess, right? When we didn't have a house here, and that was my like go-to meal every time, and it filled me completely. Sometimes I couldn't even finish it because there's so many fries.
No, like literally,
yeah, they're huge.
If you have like a smaller, like two kids could split this kids meal. Like 2 kids could literally split this kids meal, because these chicken tenders are absolutely huge. And we have had some really good kids meals today, guys. Really good kids meals. But just in terms of value, this one is just so hard to beat. And not just in terms of value. This kids meal tastes amazing too. I mean, these fries, they're not fresh cut, but they are seasoned amazingly. They have some type of like Cajun seasoning in them. And of course you could dip them in your sauce, and all the sauces here are great. I love their buffalo. It's one of my favorite buffalo sauces like ever. This is an amazing buffalo sauce. And these fries on their own are just seasoned so well. And we've got these chicken tenders, which are super crispy. Again, they have that seasoning that the fries have on them as well. And I mentioned you get grilled tenders instead of these crispy ones too. Again, just perfect in the sauce. Taste, 10 out of 10. Portion, 10 out of 10. Value, 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, if you're coming to Chicken Guy, there is no need for you to get an adult meal. This is plenty for an adult, plenty for a kid, plenty for kids to split. This is the perfect size for literally anyone. This is such a great kids meal, potentially like the greatest kids meal in all of Disney World, right here at Chicken Guy. Next up, I made my way over to the food truck area on the other side of Disney Springs because they have a food truck that has a kids meal. Four Rivers Cantina actually has a quesadilla kids meal, and that is what I picked up, the cheese quesadilla, which costs $6.50 and doesn't come with anything. And that's just crazy because we just got the kids chicken tender kids meal for $1 more. That came with 2 giant tenders, fries, a drink, again for $1 more than just a cheese quesadilla. So, I mean, it looks like a good cheese quesadilla, so at least there's that. I mean, there's not really much to review here. It's literally mozzarella cheese in a tortilla. It's toasted nicely. There's melty cheese in here. I don't know what else to say. If your kid wants a quesadilla, I believe this is the only quick service place to get one. So this is the place you're gonna wanna come, but it's probably not something that adults are gonna wanna get. But yeah, if your kid likes quesadillas, I guess it's fine, but it's pretty basic. It doesn't really come with any sauces. They did have some hot sauce out there, but that's about it. Not something that I would be going back for. Now, the only other place that serves kids meals that we're not going to be hitting up today is going to be the House of Blues down a little bit further. And I'm talking about the quick service restaurant outside of the House of Blues, the smokehouse there. They just didn't have anything that was like out of the ordinary. They had a hot dog and kids chicken tenders. So I figured we'd skip it and we'd get just this quesadilla because it seemed a little bit more interesting than those offerings. Unfortunately, it wasn't much to write home about. But we still do have one more stop to get our 9th and 10th kids meal of the day. And for our final stop, it would not be a Disney Springs video without a trip to the Polite Pig. They have a ton of different kids meals actually that sound amazing. I've never tried any of them, and today we're gonna get our final 2. Now at the Polite Pig, they are of course serving up some barbecue, so our kids meals are gonna reflect that. You could choose from a smoked pork slider, chicken tenders, mac and cheese, barbecue meatballs, or sliced smoked turkey breast. For your side, you get to choose from waffle fries or carrot sticks with ranch, and then you also get to choose a drink between apple juice or a soda. These kids meals here at Polite Pig are all definitely more on the expensive side. Each of them costs $11. But I do want to start by digging into this mac and cheese because the mac and cheese from Polite Pig is my favorite traditional mac and cheese here at Disney World. I absolutely love it, and obviously I've had it before, but I was curious to see how the portion was when you get it in the kids meal. So here we do have the kids mac and cheese meal from Polite Pig. I of course got it with waffle fries and a soda, again for $11. I am noticing that they didn't put the like breadcrumbs on top that they usually do when you get the side of mac and cheese as like an adult meal. So maybe with the kids they just don't put it on top, but I haven't gotten this mac and cheese in quite a while, so maybe they just stopped altogether. I am not entirely sure, but man, this mac is so good. I haven't had it in so long. Oh my gosh, look at how creamy it is. I feel like this is like elevated Annie's white cheddar shell mac and cheese. Like you could tell this is a homemade cheese sauce. It tastes a little bit sharp and it's like, it's so buttery. This is like a buttery mac and cheese and it's so creamy. I hate a dry mac and cheese and this is not it at all. You've got those shell pastas. It's definitely a little bit better with those breadcrumbs on top because I always feel like the breadcrumbs, it's not even like a real breadcrumb. It tastes more like a crumbled Cheez-It that they put on top, and they are so good. Now, they do give you a good portion. Like, this is a regular side of mac and cheese. This is the same size that you get when you order a side. But I do feel like this is a little bit steep, maybe, for $11. Like, I'm not sure if this is the best of values, but it is really good. And I don't think I've ever had the waffle fries from here at Polite Pig. They do have some type of, like, I'm assuming barbecue seasoning on them. Crispy, and that seasoning is really, really good. It kind of took me by surprise. It's a little bit sweet, actually. Oh yeah, that seasoning is great. So taste is on point. Value, is a little bit off for me at $11. The other kids meal from here at Polite Pig that I decided to get was the smoked pork slider. This is a slider bun with some of their pulled pork, and I of course got this with waffle fries again and a soda for $11. We're again working with a slider bun, but this slider bun is loaded up with a ton of pulled pork. There is a good amount of pork on here. I feel like this might be a potato bun. It's very, very soft, and this pork isn't sauced. There is no sauce on this pulled pork. It is dry, which I prefer. That is my pulled pork preference. The pork is nice and smoky. They are smoking all of their meats right inside there. And I do think, although I'm not the biggest fan of barbecue, I do think Polite Pig has, without a doubt, the best barbecue at Disney World. And I do like this pulled pork here. Now, although I am a fan of non-sauced meats, non-sauced barbecue meats, I do think this sandwich is a little bit dry. It doesn't come with anything on it, so I might go run inside and get some barbecue sauce because you could just grab some sauce. So I might go get some, but it's a solid pulled pork slider. Again, same issue. Taste is good, but $11 is just a little bit steep for me for this because we just got we just got that burger slider for what, about $8? That was?
I don't know what that was.
I think it was around $8 for the slider from D-Luxe. So the fact that this is like a couple dollars more, I'm having a little bit of trouble with, but taste is good. Well, with that, we have officially tried 10 kids meals here in Disney Springs, and I gotta say, I am quite impressed. A lot of the kids meals we tried today were amazing. There were only 3 that I probably would not recommend and probably would not get again. 2 of them are coming from Earl of Sandwich. It was a rough start, guys. I would not recommend that pizza bread or that turkey sandwich. Both of them were very unimpressive, not a great value since they didn't come with a side or a drink. And then also that quesadilla, it wasn't bad per se, but it was just tortilla and cheese and it didn't come with a side. If it came with like salsa or something, it might have been a little bit better, or if it came with like chips and salsa, that would have been great and I might consider getting it again. But the fact that it was just a quesadilla, I'd probably leave it next time. But other than that, the 7 other kids meals that we tried were really good. Some of them were better values than others, but for the most part, all of them tasted really great. And honestly, I would get all 7 of those other kids meals again. And we already talked about it, but in terms of taste and value, I think the best kids meal in Disney Springs really might be from Chicken Guy. That 2 tender kids meal is seriously hard to beat when you consider the value of it. You get so much food, and those tenders there, I think, are really, really good. I have already covered all of the kids meals over in Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. So if you guys want to check out those videos, make sure you head to my profile. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I appreciate your support. If you don't already and you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.